mix.
I thought you were going to let it run another 10 seconds. What's going on? What's going on? Happy Thursday, everybody. Happy Thursday. Welcome to the Dollar Hour. Yours truly, Deonte Burden, Mr. Short Dollar himself. I'm back up in the lab, back in Misfits Radio, Misfits Media, lab in the studio.
That's right.
With my brother, DJ Lab.
No Thursday, brother.
Man, that's what I'm talking about. What, it been like a month and a half?
No.
2 months?
2 months and a
2
half.
months. I ain't been in the... Come on now. Your boy ain't been in the den in 2 months.
2 months.
I've been holding it down at my home office.
Right.
But ain't nothing like being around family, man.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
Man, you know, what's happening, brother? Glad
Not
to be
much.
back
Glad
here.
to see you back.
Hey, man, glad to be back.
I'm loving the 18,000.
18,000 subscribers. Boy, your boy been putting in work.
The 5-digit subscribers.
Hey, man.
Hey, I'm loving it.
Hey, man.
You worked hard for that. All I can say is I'm proud of you because you worked hard. That was not given to you. Those were not bought. That was strictly grinding. Video.
Hey, man, I appreciate that, brother. I appreciate it. And I appreciate everybody that been supporting Mr. Short Dollar. Like Lamb said, we just hit 18,000 subscribers earlier today. So, man, I just want to tell everybody from my bottom of my heart, I really appreciate you guys. I love you guys. We started a little late. We getting back, you know. I hadn't logged in over
My
there in a while.
apologies.
Nah, we good. Before we go too deep into it, I also want to give a big shout out to my other producer, Slick 316. What's happening, Rico?
That's right.
But yeah, man, I'm super excited to be back here, man. And Kyle, we got a great show planned for the night. Tonight we're gonna be discussing, you know, I think it's a great question to have. Do you want the freedom of an entrepreneur, or do you want the security of an employee?
Ooh.
And we're gonna have a real deep discussion about that. Because everybody want to be a boss.
That's right.
But they don't want the bullshit come along with the boss.
They want boss, but no boss bullshit. You can't have it both ways.
Can't have it both ways. that boss bullshit smell a little worse.
That's right.
So we're gonna have a good discussion about that. You know, as always, when we start the show off, I go into my previous week. Guys, we're still out in the pandemic. I know everybody getting the booster shots and everything like that. You know, I mean, not the booster shots. Got your 2 shots. Maybe get your booster shot. But I also want to just tell everybody, be safe, practice social distance, still wash your hands, enjoy life and everything. The next thing is, guys, we got a lot of grant videos currently running and coming down the pike. So make sure you're going to Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. Check out those grant videos that we got going on. Got a lot of them coming down the pipe right now. And I also got a whole lending series 101 coming up. Okay, it's going to be a lending series 101. What that is, I'm going to be breaking down business loans, what they are, the different products, give you guys, you know, explain the Short Dollar way. So it is, you know, you're not getting lost. Because a lot of times people come to me, they don't understand lines of credit, they don't understand factoring loan, they don't understand certain other kind of bridge loans and things like that. And so I'm going to give you the 101, the different products out there for business owners, what you can use. I'm not selling anything. I'm just explaining it to you so you understand what's out there. If you're an entrepreneur getting started, if you're currently in business for a while and you're not really familiar with it. So those videos are coming down the pipe. Am I forgetting anything? Right now we are streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, and Instagram. Yeah. So, you know, everywhere you want to be.
You have no excuses.
Well, your boy got you covered. Anywhere you want to see your boy, I'm there.
Let me throw out this.
Talk to me.
I'm vaccinated. I went on here and got them dose shots. You know what I'm saying? I went on here and got them 2.
I know they had to pin his ass down. No.
It wasn't voluntary.
It wasn't voluntary.
It had something to do with having an income.
Yeah, I got you.
Being able to pay bills. That's what that was.
That's a lot of folk, man. That's a lot of folk. But, man, I'm just glad to be back here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know?
Exactly. I'm glad to be here with you.
Man.
Yeah, so we're going to have a talk about your entrepreneur freedom.
Hey, man. Cool.
Me being who I am.
Gotcha. Well, before you get started,
okay.
Quick housekeeping rule, guys. when we streaming the video, if you got any questions or any comments pertaining to what we're talking about the entrepreneurship, the employment, and everything, great. If you got any questions regarding grants, business, finance, whatever, hold those up to the end of the show. I promise you, I answer all your questions. But right now, while we streaming, we doing it, just stick with the subject of the show. Again, like I said again, if you hang on to the end of the show, I promise you, I will answer all your questions. Okay? But as far as the subject what we doing, talking about right now, again, do you want a freedom of entrepreneur or you want a security of employee? Let's stick to that subject. Wait till the end of the show. I promise you, I'll answer all questions. Okay? Oh, I just got one question. Do you believe in Christ? Now, come on now.
That's still the end of the show question.
Man, end of the show question.
That's still the end of the show question.
I mean,
yeah.
Got me about to waste my scotch, man. Talk to me, lad. What you want?
Me being who I am, I looked up the definition of freedom.
Okay, check it out.
I thought to myself when I saw your itinerary come down, your show bullet points, I said freedom. Technically, and I'm not gonna go into it. We'll go into it as we go.
Here go Webster.
Technically, if you're an entrepreneur, freedom and entrepreneur don't go together.
Okay,
because freedom is basically being able to act and speak and do as you please.
Gotcha.
In all aspects of things, not being held down by necessity or burdened with necessity and stuff like that. I can give you the whole definition, but that's basically it. To me, if you're an entrepreneur, you're still burdened by necessity because you are still burdened by the customers, the services you provide. Because if you don't provide them service in the way that the person deems satisfactory,
gotcha,
you still won't be. You know what I'm saying? So your freedom as an entrepreneur is not necessarily all you're doing is just choosing another form of work. Technically, you're choosing another form of. True enough, it's not for someone else; it's for you. But you're technically still bound by the necessities of needing customers and services and people to take your services.
If they come,
right?
You hit on the head. Theoretically, you still have. I think people look at the whole thing of I don't have to go to work, I don't have to answer nobody, and assuming that you don't have to answer to a supervisor, but like you said, you still got to answer to customers.
Right.
You still got to answer to demand. You still got to answer to bills. I mean, that stuff doesn't go away. And I think a lot of times people want, just that thought.
So I think it should be, and I'm not changing. The man is a genius. I think it should be the responsibility of entrepreneurship or the security of employee.
Everybody called me, said they ready to get some freedom. and I'm gonna tell you what.
But that's how I know that they do not know that. We've talked about this in many shows before.
Absolutely.
Everybody thinks that being an entrepreneur that's it. I'm free from everything, but you're technically not. All you're free from is just listening to someone else. You're not 3 steps removed from the customer. You're just 1 step removed from the customer. Whereas you may have been 3 steps removed. You had the customer. You may have the manager, you may have the supervisor, and then you had you.
Yeah.
Where now, all them other 2 people are gone. It's just you. And if you don't get it right, you still will have to go back to technically the slavery of employment because you didn't do entrepreneurship
you ain't
right.
got no damn body to blame.
Right.
And, speaking personally, everybody know I'm 100% self-employed. And I get a lot of people, this is what had me even when thinking about, this, right? I've heard a term a lot. I've heard it before, but I heard a lot in the past couple of weeks. And I was just thinking about it, and it's something hit me on the head. It's probably going to rub some people the wrong way. But just keep it in the context of the show.
Okay.
Guys. A lot of people always come to me, well, I got to get out the plantation. I got to leave my job. I got to get out the plantation, whatever. And so my ass, I'm sitting here thinking, like, I understand you want to get out the plantation, work for yourself.
Right.
But that's a benefit
right.
of being on the plantation.
Right.
And I don't think people understand that.
And that's where the conversation and the thought process needs to happen. There's benefits. If I'm on the plantation, I ain't got to worry about taking the taxes out because that's supposed to be taken out automatically. If the plantation shuts down or the plantation decides they don't need me no more, I got something that's called unemployment insurance that the plantation paid.
Amen.
So there's certain things that come with the plantation that you don't necessarily get once you leave it.
Shit, the main thing, guaranteed check.
Right.
A check every week. A check every wherever you get paid.
Right.
You know, like you just said, you know, other benefits, you know, structure.
Right.
You know, when you turn around, you got to get all this stuff together. You know, now you have to worry about, you know, work coming in. You know, you're not doing any marketing, no managing or whatever and stuff. And I think people forget that. And I'm not trying to say people want to be slaves, but I am saying that don't really underestimate all the stuff you don't have to deal with.
Right.
You know, that was one of them things. That's kind of like when I was married. I used to tell my ex-wife, stop fussing about what I don't do. Start thinking about all the stuff that you don't have to deal with.
Right.
You know. Unfortunately, she would never think about it. Hey, y'all don't understand. A year ago, I used to after the show, I'd be crying after the show. She trying to get it all. She trying to take it all. Oh, boy. That's all gone. Right. So we all good to go now, but those kind of things I just don't think people really think about. And even when we start talking about the freedom of entrepreneurship or just freedom period, I'm going to be honest with you, I don't think a lot of times people going to really embrace it or really sit down and think about the difficulties of working for yourself until you go through it.
Right.
Because, again, sometimes if I can use myself for example, I've been in business 20 years. And half of that time, more than half of that time, I had a job in addition to having my business.
Right.
And I think I've been doing pretty good even with all the businesses I done had, especially like the salon and stuff like that. From the outside looking in, Poochie, that's easy.
Right.
You know, and they say, okay, man, you doing that, I can do that, you know, and they don't understand. Shit, like what we say, I put in 20 hours a day, so I had to work 40 hours a week.
Right.
And people don't understand my grind. Mm-hmm. Well, you know, because everybody want to hustle. Right. Everybody want to hustle, right?
Right.
If you look, that's probably one of the top Google searches, such a top side hustle.
Right.
But everybody ain't a hustler.
Everybody not built for hustling.
I remember growing up in Atlanta in the 90s.
Right.
Trap boys out there at 3, 4 in the morning.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Nobody sold dope for an hour or two.
Right.
They sat out there at 3, 4 in the morning, it's freezing cold, whatever. So it didn't matter what you did. If you want to sit here and create it, I'm down at WAOK V103 Tax Man free show from 2003 2007. I ain't got one penny.
Right. You
know, damn. I'm about to damn start. I ain't about to cry about the damn cuss. Boy, it was pimping your boy, wasn't it?
Right.
It's the tax man, Deonte Burden.
You know, getting all that things that people don't realize that you have to do.
Planting them seeds, get a following, getting a customer, and some of them clients, some of the people that became clients back in 03, 04, 05 are still my clients today. And all of my clients, they brought their children, and I done did some grandbabies.
Right.
So I'm just saying, being in the game that long, you got to sit here and just be cool with grinding and sacrificing and planting them seeds and doing them kind of things, because everybody want to do that. Everybody want to make money. Everybody want to make money. But like I said, the boss BS, that's what I don't think a lot of times people want to do it. So when I start saying, you know, the benefits of being on, some benefits of being on the plantation, I don't think a lot of times people stop for a second and look at some of the pros that they have in regards to what they're doing. Mm-hmm. Not saying you should be at a job, somebody mistreating you. Right. You hate getting up in the morning and all that kind of stuff like that. I get it. But sometimes you might just want to just change jobs. Right. You want to go, because I love entrepreneurship. Anytime anyone comes to me and say, hey, I want to start my own business and stuff, your boy's behind you, 100%. Right. But I am a firm believer in don't leave your damn job. Right. Don't leave your damn job. Right. Until you fully know it's right for you, it's time for you. Right. And I'm going to go over later in the show when you'll know it's time to leave your job. Okay. But I will tell you, don't leave your damn job. Don't leave your damn job. You got the LLC, you got the insurance, you got the building. Time to quit. Time to go. I went in there and told all their asses. You're right. Kiss my, walked out of there. Right. Hell, they said, yeah, I ain't even want to hear. Right. Then 6 months later, hey, Stan, right. I didn't get my medication right that morning. I know it seemed like I was tripping. I don't even remember what I said. Right. I don't even remember, what happened. Was I cursing.
Right.
Just so I was cursing. I left out cursing.
I had a bad day.
I didn't say that about your wife, did I? No, if I said that, I didn't mean it.
Right.
But I need to come back.
People have to really think about the fact of entrepreneurship and the responsibility that being an entrepreneur takes. And I know everybody says they think about it, but you have to really think about it and take into account all the things that you are now responsible for. Not only are you responsible for your own security, you're also responsible for, if you have a family, their security. You're responsible for employee security because now you are the plantation. And if you're doing well, you have other people that work with you that are looking for the same security as an employee that you left. So those things are burdens, not necessarily burdens, but they are responsibilities that if you are a true entrepreneur, a true businessman, that you take seriously as you move forward within your business. And a lot of people don't take those things into account.
You know, it's funny you even say that because just going, before you even get to that step of now you're creating jobs and building things for other people, people get out here and think they're going to run a damn company that needs 5 people running it by their damn self.
Right.
I mean, they website building. They an attorney, website building,
right.
Online marketer. They doing everything. Going, oh Lord, boy.
Right.
You know, especially in Atlanta, everybody's an entrepreneur.
Everybody's
an entrepreneur.
What I heard before, everybody's famous in Atlanta.
Oh man, you been to my website?
CC say that's true.
Hey.
This is so true.
Hey, listen, thanks everybody that's tuning in. Again, guys, make sure feel free to leave your comments and everything and stuff. Like I said again, anything outside of what we're talking about the show, I promise you, I will answer your questions at the end after we get through talking about everything. But that's one thing I'm telling you, Lab. People be thinking they can do every damn thing, and you know they just don't even. That whole concept of getting into that, people don't even want to embrace it.
Well, I can't. I'm guilty of that too. I have that issue.
I know. I just use my brother to Fiverr.
Right.
Make sure y'all check out Fiverr. The link is in the description section of the video. You know, and make sure you hit that link. You know, that's a short dollar link. So I want y'all to make sure you do it for a freelance site. As you said, I'm sorry, Lab.
As full disclosure, I'm guilty of that too. I have that issue. I just talked to my friend about that, and she was like, "You won't tell nobody," and I'll be like, and to be honest, it's not that I don't want to. It's that I have in my mind a vision of how I want it to be, and I know I can tell these people that vision and it will be executed, but at the same time I'm like, yeah, you know what I mean. So as an entrepreneur myself, I have to learn that I can't do everything. It's not possible because, to be honest with you, we stream so many places for so many different things that it's impossible for me to do it all, and I have a job. So it's like it takes up a lot of my day. So I have to learn that too. But to be in the defense of the entrepreneurs that do it, I think it's more of the vision that they or we have for where we want it to go or how we want it to look, more of than just being, thinking we can do it all.
Yeah,
because we all have a vision.
Oh, I've been
Everybody
there before.
has a vision for their business.
I've been there before too. Thank God. Big shout out to my Uncle Charles Burden. You know, y'all check out Burden Funeral Home down in Griffin. They got a new location. You know, I know you don't need to go see him until you have to go see him.
And you don't want to go see him too soon.
But you're in south of Atlanta, man. Check out Burden Funeral Home. But my Uncle Charles told me, he said, Poochie, you need to stop being so damn cheap. Your ass ain't got them 2 arms and 2 legs.
Right.
You know, and thank God he didn't give me an MF before he started it. But you know, his whole point was, you'll never make the money you can make until you got other people out there working for you. And that's the thing about it. I understand the apprehension of having other people do stuff for you because you don't want nobody to mess up. You got to go back and fix it. They can wreck up stuff, and I understand that. But again, your 2 arms and legs going to do so much. And then, especially get, anyone else north of 40, we need something called naps. And we, shit, you need naps. Not naps, and shit, your body be all tired.
Right.
Man, you start forgetting shit and all kind of stuff. And folks like, hey, you got my refund? Hey, you got my stuff? No, they don't want to hear that stuff.
You walk in the room and go, what I come in this room for?
Yeah. This is my office, So,
right.
Brother, I totally get that part. But when we start talking about growing and scaling and doing things next level, you're only going to get so far with yourself.
Right.
And I tell you, be realistic about what you can and can't do as an individual. You'll never get the success that you need to get trying to do every damn thing.
But also on the other side of that too, you also have to know when is the right time that you need someone else to help you. You can't just go out and start hiring folks and do things when you don't necessarily have the work to cover them. You get what I'm saying? You have to know, and that's a balancing act. That's a balancing act for all entrepreneurs. Yeah. You have to know when it's time to do certain things. Yeah. You have to have a open mind and vision of when the next step is. You know, you have to try to be 2 steps of the next step, because you have to also be predicting the next step.
Absolutely.
Because those are things that are going to come up. You have to. I read a book that says you have to take into account that all the bad things will happen, but you have to take also into account when they happen. Or I'm sorry, you have to take into account bad events will happen.
Yeah.
But you can't be consumed with worrying about them happening.
Yeah. And you can't make them either.
Right.
So your brother just got out of prison, and you want to put him on the cash register at the restaurant, and you wonder why the money's short.
Right.
And your brother got new clothes.
He got his first
Yeah. I like it up here, sis. Yeah, sis, you be hooking me up, man. I love it up here. Cha-ching.
Right.
Shout out to the brother on the cash register. But you know what? What I want to discuss. Again, I'm Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dollar himself. Right now, you're at the Dollar Hour. Tonight's show, we're talking about: do you want the freedom of an entrepreneur, or do you want the security of an employee? Right now, we're streaming live on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, LinkedIn, and also Facebook. I know we're on 5 or 6 platforms and everything. So, guys, feel free to leave comments, chime in about anything we're talking about in the show. But with dealing with this, deciding, okay, do I want to be an entrepreneur? Do I want to stay at my job? I'm going to give you guys 5 things that you need to assess about yourself. Now, this doesn't mean if you don't fall in line with these particular things, you can't be an entrepreneur, or you need to stay at your job. But these are 5 things I think if you look internally and be honest with yourself about this, it give you insight to kind of say, okay, this is probably a road I can go down, be it either way, okay? The first thing is, look at what kind of foresight you got. Are you a visionary? Do you feel like, okay, do you see certain things in a certain way? What I mean by that is, there are people, we call them disruptors. Somebody looked at how hotels operate and figured out, hey, we can have an Airbnb. We can do a pass split. You know, they look at how taxi cabs are going. Shit, man, you know, what we can do, we cut out the middleman. And then you got your Uber and the Lyft. Those kind of things, can you sit there, do you have any kind of foresight to just say, look, this is how normally a hamburger place runs, and we ain't necessarily stuck with how it normally is, and, you know, we maybe can do deliveries. DoorDash is not original damn idea.
Right.
But how many of us go to the grave or something like that, sit on great ideas, and just don't put it into action?
DoorDash is just pizza delivery for a bunch of people.
There you go.
For a bunch of different restaurants. I'm going to give you the new disruptor.
Talk to me.
That's disrupting the car rental business. It's basically going to get this car. It's a flex thing.
Yeah.
Going to get this car for a week and bringing it back.
Oh, I ain't even told you about Pooch Automotive. I haven't even introduced it.
Right.
We got a line coming out next month, y'all.
Right.
We already got Pooch Automotive, like on Turo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'll keep on the raps. When we talk to Lab our show. Yeah, but that's what. Hey, that's
Carvana.
Come on now. Come on. And you might about mother car off Carvana.
Right.
Just thinking out there, what kind of vision you got? What kind of foresight you got? Do you think outside the box? How are you as far as planning how things can go? You know, as far as assembling and doing it. You know, again, like I said, this is, you know, when I'm talking about foresight, how does your mind work when it comes to business? Are you just looking at the traditional way things are going? One of the biggest things is, shit, man, I thought back when the market crashed in '08, and I made it through that. But when I hit this damn pandemic in 2020, you make it through that.
Right.
You know, ain't no dog clothes on me.
Right.
As a matter of fact, we had record sales. because of, and I can just share this with you because ain't no secret, I did off remote and virtual services for 5 years prior to. What the hell is that? What is Zoom? What is Google Hangouts and all that? People didn't want to do it.
Right.
Pandemic hit.
Yeah.
I didn't close down. Jackson, you, H&R Block, and all them did.
Right.
Not your boy. Put you about $400 or $500.
Right.
In Google ads. Hey, keep in mind, your boy going through all kind of turmoil at home with all this stuff.
Right.
And man, we exploded. And that's why I say sometimes thinking outside the box. Now, there have been some times when I wasn't necessarily thinking, you should have thought about that. Or the thought run across your mind, you don't bring it to fruition, and you miss out on it. And I don't ever really beat myself up too bad about it. I always say, it didn't happen then. But that, how you think, again, that foresight is so important because when you go through business and you be an entrepreneur, things will change. New laws will come. New things will be built. You might have a store in a certain area. They bring another shopping center down the street. They got a whole new strip mall, and everybody want to frequent there. You have a lot of people that are making money virtually. Now they're getting certain taxation things come up, regulations, other new trends, other new businesses. Everything happens. You got to be able to be reactive and be able to sometimes pivot or move before then. You don't, you doing things the same way all the time, you can survive, but you're playing Russian roulette with it.
Right.
Because you can just have one thing come, That salon, I'm just thinking about it. Lab, you remember when the pandemic hit, I had to shut down, almost 2 months, the salon. And I can tell you that little Jewish guy that owned that damn building, Mr. Tesla, still wanted his damn rent. Come on, Deonte.
He wasn't shut down.
You ought to get back on your thing,
Right.
Deonte. Hey, I can't open the damn thing up. He didn't give a damn.
Right.
He didn't give a damn. I'm glad to start effing with him. But he didn't care. And so at the end of the day, what am I going to do? I got this salon. Ain't nobody getting a hair fix.
Right. Ain't nobody going nowhere.
I don't do hair. It was cool
right.
when everything was straight. Yeah, man, I got a salon in College Park and all that. Right. Now I got a damn bill in College Park. When that coming in, you got to be able to adjust and pivot. And that's one damn thing. I couldn't even pivot.
Right.
Luckily, again, what we talk about when you have these multiple streams of income, some things balance out with one up, another one go down, and things kind of balance out. But those are the kind of things I want people to understand is that you need to have some kind of foresight and vision when you start talking about entrepreneurship. And if you don't feel like thinking like that, maybe the employee perspective. And again, from that doesn't mean you don't have that as an employee because you are rewarded, different systems, different things you do at your job to be more effective, more efficient. You can get promotions and things like that. Or you can be like my ass and I get a damn thing all the years in corporate America.
Right.
I come with all the great ideas. That's great, Deonte. Next thing you know, at a meeting, hey, Jeff just brought this up.
Just implement.
Hey, now I want no punk.
Right.
Jeff didn't bring that up. I told his ass that. They were glad to get the hell out of that office.
Right.
But Jeff didn't think of that shit. I just told Jeff that in the damn bathroom.
That's why you can't tell.
Yeah. Stacy just said this and Wendy did this. No, Wendy did. That's my damn idea.
Right.
I just told her that. They got out of me, man.
Yeah.
They got out of me. But, you need to be realistic how your vision is, that foresight, rather. And that's what the first thing we're talking about, the 5 things you need to assess when we start looking at, should I be in entrepreneurship or should I stick with being an employee? The first thing being your foresight, your vision. The second thing is super, 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 super important. Patience. Patience. This blow a lot of folks. Because, when you sitting there the mentality, I'm going to get paid, I'm going to work,
I
get
the best
paid.
fried chicken, so it's going to sell.
Well, that's the thing about it. And understanding, when it got your LLC, your tax ID, your girl done made your website, y'all got y'all a Facebook page.
And a logo.
Oh, y'all don't, no, the logo. When it got some T-shirts made, everything, Oh, and what they do now, they do the grand opening.
Right.
Get your cousin, make the balloons and all that kind of stuff. And you got your cookies and cakes and all this. I see it every week. Everything. And nobody go in the store.
Right.
Shit. That one day you gave all the free food out. And so 2 weeks later, folk posting on Facebook, black folk don't support black folks.
Right.
You're not doing their business. Well, who the hell say that business was going to thrive there? Or who to say it's going to work, it's going to, come out there all together right now? Patience is something that's super, super important. And when we start looking at patience, first is being realism. Is this something that's going to thrive right here? This something that's going to work. Is this something that's going to work right now? Because I understand that entrepreneurial energy. I understand the spirit of wanting to do certain things. But you got to be understanding, things don't take off like that.
Right.
If you're associated with a celebrity or something like that, you see somebody on Atlanta Housewives or Loving Hip Hop, they can start something. But they already got a following, they got a brand. But your ass don't. And you got to understand and be cool with that you don't have that.
Right.
And you just need to get that.
Right.
How long we been at that lab? 4 years?
4 years.
Huh?
And we just not kicked off during the pandemic, I think. was like, oh, it's a show called.
Hey, we be glad we got one person come in on the live stream. Hey. Hey. And they come in on accident.
Right. But we also know, but from us doing this business, we also know that most people don't watch when it's live. Some people do, but most people will watch afterwards. As Jacinta used to say, her father used to watch it live tomorrow.
Shout out to Cent. You know, but that's the truth. Just being realistic about just knowing. Even you know, sometimes the damn tomorrow didn't come.
Right.
And I'm just sitting there. Sometimes like, damn, did we post?
Right.
You know, but we post, but the folks just didn't do it. And the thing of it is, and it's just like I always tell the kids in track, you guarantee to know the result if you quit. You know, you don't know anything if you're gonna keep on going. And so we started talking about being patient. You know what kind of time frame you got? If you just think it's gonna be hocus pocus and presto, as soon as you start everything up, you crazy as hell.
Right.
That ain't how life work. That ain't definitely how business work.
Right.
You gotta be, just ready to keep chopping wood. We just started making money with Mr. Short Dollar, 3.5 years in.
Mm-hmm.
So you start talking about who the hell gonna be doing something for 3.5 years and not getting no money in it?
No money.
No money.
All expenses.
And I'm making all kind of videos. So y'all think the video's good now. Go back to 1 or 2 or 3 years ago. I like that little hungry po boxer.
Right.
You know, Rocky was hitting that meat, that raw meat. Right. Yeah. See, he didn't do that when he got that big mansion.
Right.
When Rocky was just going through Philly, going through that, that's how I was, man. Right. I'm making all kind of videos. Y'all go back and look at some of the old videos from a couple years ago. Woo, that's some good stuff, too.
That's some good stuff.
Oh, good stuff. That's some hard behind that. We weren't making no damn money, man. Right. And just the thing about it, just really just being on a time frame of knowing that, okay, look, this is how it goes. How do I know that? Going to mastermind meetings, going to group things. Hey, man, it takes 2 or 3 years to make money on YouTube. When you sit here trying to, tax business, we putting out, from here, October to January, training, marketing, advertising, all kind of shit I'm putting out. I don't start getting money from tax season till probably the middle or the end of February. Who the hell gonna have a business they doing that? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what I just want for to understand, that patience you have to understand, especially depending on what particular business you're in. We got people that actually in these service businesses, construction businesses, 30, 45 days that you done made the invoice. You know, you might get half up front or something like that, but if you got a cleaner business, hell, we talking about 30, 45 days, for your money come.
Right.
All the while, you got people, your uncle ain't finna, you gotta wait till the invoice get in. I don't want to they don't want to hear that.
Right.
They want their money.
Right.
And, and that's fair. And not understanding, one of the biggest things I think people don't get, and just say with restaurants and things like that, because we got a lot of those, even retail stores. They had these places pop up, but they don't want to put a damn dollar in the advertising. People, disclaimer, posting on Facebook and Instagram is not true advertising.
Right.
That's posting.
Right.
And the thing of it is, it's great when you got a real following.
Right.
You buying subscribers, you buying followers, they don't buy shit.
Right.
It look good. You getting out there hitting them pop-up shops, grinding. That's what gets your following. And then you can sit here and do some word of mouth. But you better put some change out there and stream on Google. Blast on Facebook, blast on Instagram. You got to pay for that kind of stuff to get that traction. And you keep doing that while you grind it and gaining your following and doing it. If it was real easy for everybody to be successful, everybody around here be like that.
Exactly.
Everybody behind here. I'm just telling you, as a person that's been working in the financial service industry over 20 years, you have no idea. These pictures you see these folk with these nice, the brother looking good with his suit, the sister looking good with her dress, hair laid. They got that,
man.
Let me tell you how. I done seen their car cut off right in my damn parking lot. Chatter, bang. Right. All that stuff cut off. Man, need some help. No, we got it. They getting Uber and lifted out parking lot. See the little Indian boy in his little Ford Focus pop out. Hey, man, I ain't got like $1 million, don't know what to do with it. What do you think we can do?
And that happens a lot.
Hey, man, come on, happen all the damn time.
You have these tech folks and all that stuff that make $1 million a year, and they driving, Versas and what they call them, prisms,
and look damn homeless.
and look homeless.
Look damn homeless. Hey, Deonte, ready to do this? We got these little startup going. We got like $1 million in investors. We're going to be doing this. You ought to see it all the damn time.
We got we did a $2 million round.
We're trying to buy all this, invest in Bitcoin.
Right.
Losing all our damn income tax refund money. Try to flip that refund.
Right.
On some Bitcoin.
Right.
Oh, Lord, now your wife, wait, what the mortgage money? You trying to figure it out? You know?
The best thing an entrepreneur to me can do is when you have a business, see if you can find a part-time job that reflects that business. See if you can find a job that will help you understand the business you're trying to create. If you're trying to fry chicken, go work at Kentucky Fried Chicken or somewhere and learn how they do it, or not necessarily how they do it, but the processes that they go through in order to get the food out as quickly as they do. Some of those things you can learn just by applying yourself at that, at a certain area of that business. I know nobody wants to work a job if they're an entrepreneur, but sometimes you have to take what is offered to you as a learning, to learn what you are doing as a business in order to move your business forward.
You ain't doing them investing in yourself.
Right. That's an investment in yourself that you're getting paid for, by the way, to do.
If you want to get in the restaurant industry and your whole gist of you cook pretty good, I can't see why you want to take a part-time job at Applebee's or Red Lobster.
Right.
Get some game, get some experience, learn their systems. You ain't got to get their recipe, learn their systems.
You ain't got to do it their way, but you can have an idea of how it does.
Exactly.
Right.
You just invest in yourself, making that sacrifice for the long haul, because it is a journey. Like I said again, you need 5 things you need to assess about yourself. The first thing being foresight, the second thing being patience. The third thing is one thing I think messes a lot of folks up. And I think this is probably one of my strong suits, me being former military, and that's being disciplined. How good can you stay on task? How good can you stay on task? When you're doing a particular thing, are you structured? Are you ordered? When the money come in, can you sit there and make sure the money is for that and the bills are going to come up, or you going to go and buy that BMW?
I'm going to buy the BMW.
You're going to get that BMW. Guys, he's not joking either.
I would buy the BMW. I'm just, but again, this is one of them things I'm not, and it's not because I'm going to go buy the BMW. I have a bad habit of, my problem is I stay with a task and then I get bored with it. And I say, ooh, let's go see what this task is about. And I start working on that task. Then I go, ooh, let me go back to, they say I have ADD, whatever. But that's my problem. I get bored with the task. Then I go away from it for a little while, do something else, then it gets interesting again. That's why I read 2 books at a time.
That ain't nothing uncommon.
Right.
Ain't nothing uncommon. People get doing a task, and the task didn't finish as quick as they wanted to do. Now they want to get to something else. Then they try to do both, and they didn't finish the other one completed or give it the proper care that it needed.
Right.
And all kind of stuff go haywire.
Right.
Being disciplined is super important. Being disciplined on bills, like when I made the bulk of my money from the tax business over, let's say 4 or 5 months. Let's just say 5 months. I still got 7 more damn months.
Right.
That they gotta carry me. So I gotta have my mortgage. I gotta have all the utilities. I gotta have that set to the side.
Marquise Gore says, write things down.
Write things down.
And I hope I got your name right, brother. And Lindsay Anastasia said she gets bored too. Thank you, a woman after my own heart. Anyway.
I heard E.T. say it best. People forget, but paper always remember.
Right.
And that's the thing about it. Good, yeah. A great point, Marquise. The thing of it is that you have to be able to. If you're not the type of person to stay on task, and if you're at work, pretty much everything's given to you. You know what you got to do. You know what work is coming in and stuff. It's structured for you. You don't have that. When you're working for yourself, you create the system. You create the structure, right? For yourself or other people, right? You can go hire you a manager if you can afford it at that particular time. But the actual SOPs, the guidelines and stuff, that got to come from you.
Right.
And if you know you're not the type of person to do that, or you're not the type of person to go get somebody to do that for you, all this stuff going to cause major problems. From the point a customer comes in the door to the greeting, processing, giving them their stuff and them leaving out the door, it's all a system.
Right.
That's all a system. I got a, guys look at my background. I got a master in supply chain. So all that kind of stuff is, kind of ingrained in me, just with boom, 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 order steps. Mm-hmm. You got to be disciplined, and you got to understand too what we're talking about. Can you create things and complete it? And there's a lot of folks can't do that. They can start, but they can't finish it. Mm-hmm. And one key thing it's a key thing. Knowing if you one of them people, you just can't work without supervision.
Right.
Who gonna check over you? When you gotta check for yourself, self-accountability, that's tough. Let me share a funny story with you. Guys, don't laugh at me. Coach Burden been coaching. This is my 20th year coaching.
Okay.
Laugh. I still ain't won a game this year. So, now I ain't head coach this year.
Okay.
I didn't head coach. We still, but I'm having fun, man. This fun, right. Fun. And I heard the other week, here, sorry ass coaches they teach the kids stuff. So the kids here, sorry ass coaches, what the kids think? Y'all coaches they teaching now. So I had to enlighten the kids on Monday. Coach Burden ain't talking to nobody in 30 years.
Right.
The Coach Burden ain't blocked nobody in 30 years.
Right.
Now what the hell y'all been out here doing?
For the last 5.
Your mama ain't say, your daddy ain't saying what the hell you doing. They just seen you just look at that boy and let him run right by you.
Right.
They see you do that, and at the end of the day, and I say this to say, you have to, when you're not taught accountability or you don't really embrace accountability for yourself, you're always going to blame other people and find other reasons why things ain't going for you in your life, right? Mm-hmm. And that could be from business, personal, professional, whatever it is. Self-accountability is so important because that man in the mirror, it's painful. Mm-hmm. You know when you messed the hell up.
Right.
You know when things ain't what you ain't did what you supposed to do, right?
Right.
And you in business.
Right.
Oh, man, damn, man, they be raising the price, they be doing this, that, and that. Well, what the hell did you do? Did you do the proper forecasting? Did you do the proper planning? Mm-hmm. Did you get everything together? And a lot of times people just want to look at that man in the mirror. That stuff, it's painful when we got to look at ourselves.
It is painful.
When you got a little bit, and don't, God forbid, you got a significant other that just going to ask you that dumbass question that, what happened? Where the money go? Why didn't you do that? Why you got that? What you mean you ain't got no money?
Right.
What you mean? Why? Oh, man. You should have did this. How did you lose the money? I ain't lose no damn money. What you talking about? Huh?
What you spending on?
Huh? It's on your hair. You don't want to walk around no damn cornrows all day.
Right.
I got to sit here and get stuff for you.
Right.
So all this stuff just went into play, and now you sitting there like, man. But if you have to be that particular person, so if your old lady got to walk around cornrows for a week or two while the invoice coming in, buy the baseball cap.
Right.
So you got to sit here and just be prepared for that, right?
Right.
And those kind of things, I just think being disciplined is so important. That's the third one, being disciplined, because again, knowing what you got to do and doing things when nobody makes you do it is very tough.
Very.
Very, very, very tough,
Very.
That's why, people, we have weight problems. That's why we have, like, bill problems. Just go. Everybody wants to have the goals and New Year's resolutions at the beginning of the year. Mm-hmm. Make sure y'all check out that video I do every year on goal setting, how to set goals, map them out, implement them, track them, and everything. You just Google, go to YouTube, go to Mr. Short Dollar channel, put in goal setting. I got like 4 or 5 videos on how to set goals. But everybody does that. Set them, plan. Everybody good at that. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna lose weight. Gonna start a business. I'm gonna get my degree. I'm gonna leave my job. I'm gonna, finally leave my husband. But they can't never do it.
What Mike Tyson say? Everybody has a plan till they get punched.
When they get punched,
right.
Now you're scrabbling.
Right.
That's Deonte Wilder. That white man beat him for 11 rounds.
Right.
Beat him for 11 rounds.
Really?
Did you see that fight?
I don't really do any sports.
Oh,
so
man.
I didn't even watch it. No.
Shout out to Deonte Wilder, man. I done got an ass whooping too in my life.
Right.
But I ain't never got that one. Because when you start bleeding out your nose, your ear, your eye, and your mouth.
So he lost?
Yeah, he did lose. 11-round knockout. And everybody talking about it was just a historic fight. No, it was not.
No.
No, his girl was out there crying. That's how you know it's sad, man. When your woman out there crying and everything, you done got your ass whooped, go back. Because how many people got them butt whoopings? Your mama be out there, hit them back. Hit them back. Mama hitting them back.
Right. Right.
It ain't working, mama. It sounded good when she hyped me up, come outside to go fight him.
Right.
When you get out there like, mama, there's a reason why I ran back in the house. Shout out to them mamas being an inspiration,
Right.
but never helping you out.
Who want you to fight?
See, I understand them mamas be helping the kids out.
Right.
Let me get back on the show. Man, I know Audrey looking at the show. Go back, I pick a brick up, Pooch. It didn't work, mama. You had a brick too.
I think all mamas said that. My mama said that too. Hey, here, you pick up a brick and knock him out.
I know she's looking at the show now.
No,
yeah,
that don't work. There's never a brick around.
Oh, no. Hit him back. My mom used to be right there, boy. Watching all my ass whooping. Shout out, love you, mama.
Right.
I know she on Facebook looking. But discipline, that's that third one. Again, the first one being foresight, second being patient, the third one being discipline. Again, this the dollar hour. I'm Deonte Burden. Tonight we're talking about, do you want the freedom of an entrepreneur or do you want the security of an employee? This is Mr. Short Dollar, where we talk about personal finance, business, entrepreneurship, and investing. Right now we're streaming live on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok, and YouTube, which is our main platform. We got over 300 videos on the YouTube channel. Over 100. We got the grant playlist with over 150 grants on there. We got videos covering business operations, business funding, business management, a lot of great stuff. So make sure you go. Any platform you're looking at us outside of YouTube is great. Please follow us. Continue to follow us there. But the main hub with over 300 videos is on the YouTube channel. So make sure you go check out Mr. Short Dollar on YouTube. Again, we're talking about, you want the freedom of an entrepreneur or the security of an employee. And I'm giving you 5 things to assess about yourself to see which way you want to go with it, okay? Mm-hmm. The first one was, if you have foresight, second one being patience, the third one being discipline. Now we're at number 4. And this is one of the ones I think a lot of times hold a lot of folks up. Because when they get it, they ready. Because when they get this, they're smart.
Okay.
And this is finances.
Okay.
When we get some money in our hand,
woo.
But how many folks ready to go back to college when they got their stimulus check?
Right.
They ready to go back to college. They ready to start a business up. Oh, when we got that PPP, we got that idle money. Man, everybody had an LLC incorporated. Oh, man, logos went through the roof. The logo builders, man, they in Ocho Rios right now. Everybody just chilling, because when everybody got their money, they went crazy starting their businesses. Right. And shit, like now, that tumbleweeds. Where your money at? Where your PPP at?
Right.
Oh, man. That car gone, that house gone, that damn furniture, everything gone, all that boo. Man, money give so many people a false sense of security. Right. And what I always tell people, and you need to really, really, really take heed to this, people that got money don't got money because they make a lot of money. They got money because they know how to keep money. Mm-hmm. And sometimes we get confused because we got stuff coming in. Retention and making that money grow and work for you is a whole different dynamic. And it's very difficult to do. And a lot of times we see people that's doing it, they feel like, okay, now I got some money in my pocket, I can equate to that. Mm-hmm. But those people have things in place that it stays that way. Right. They're able to continue that certain things. And they're also able to have things that are going to generate more money coming from. Mm-hmm. And a lot of times we just get a windfall of money. People just get damn hysterical. Right. And they lose a lot. And what I want to ask yourself, them things like basically, can you even afford to leave your job? And sometimes they don't even come to money. Like, Lab know personally, like when I left my job in corporate America, it took me 2 years. Right. To kind of get my finances, credit, and this stuff available where I can say, okay, I can always live off, the bare minimum. And I always tell people, this is a video, y'all. Check out my video, how to leave your job, and I want to kind of go over that now. I did a whole video. We did a show about that, several on how to leave your job. But basically, I always tell people, the key you all got to look for is your living expenses. Mm-hmm. Not you making a job making $50,000, but if your living expenses, rent, mortgage, utilities, groceries and stuff is 20 a year, mm-hmm. you just need to be able to know you're in a situation you can cover 20 a year. Right. And that's the kind of thing you got to kind of look at, like, okay, can I cover that? Mm-hmm. If I can cover that, then I might be able to do it. I can bank on me, put things in place. But that's the number you need to look for, your living expenses. Can you sustain yourself? Do you got the capacity to do that? Everybody ain't built for it. Right. Everybody ain't built for it. So, can you be able to generate an income to be able to do it? Your benefits. Your kid has health issues. Your wife or your husband They need weekly doctor visit. They need that kind of stuff. Can y'all overcome that by you leaving that?
Right.
Do somebody still got to work? Do we got to have certain things set in place for that? I mean, these are some tough questions you got to really be real with yourself on.
Because some things with finances, even your job may not have to do with the money itself or the check. It may have to do with the insurance.
That's what I'm talking about.
Because insurance is expensive.
Hey, that's what I'm talking. Especially you got children or you got somebody in your family with some health issues.
Right.
All that stuff got to be taken in account. You have certain expenses of certain things going out. Your child is on this traveling team. They got potential to do certain things. Like, you might got to let that go. Now we're looking at, that risk reward of that. Can I tell my baby we can't do travel baseball?
Right.
Can I tell my daughter she been doing everything I told her to do? I can't send her to the STEM camp. Because I got to invest in this equipment, this machinery. Them kind of things, these some tough questions. These are tough questions. Believe you me, I had to have some of these with my children.
Right.
Like, look, man, you can't get this, but daddy bust a tail. I can try to get you that later on down the road. I didn't give a damn about your lip poking out. Right. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, because at the end of the day, things didn't work. It was still on me anyway.
Right.
But everybody's not able to do that. And I really want y'all to understand, like Lab said, it's so important. Everything ain't going to be set on money. Healthcare costs are astronomical.
True.
And you taking out an income and you be able to cover healthcare expenses is something else.
Yeah.
And we start talking about even with property taxes, things we talking about things that can occur that you ain't got no control over. How you gonna be able to handle those particular things? And everybody's not in a situation to do that. Even just being able to just say, okay, I can generate this, I can make so much money. When I'm sure this. I remember when I was going through my divorce, I kind of just looked at the number. I said, okay, that's about $1,200-1,300 coming out the house, going away. Well, that's 3-4 tax returns. Right. I just knew I had to make that each month. Right. That's what I said to myself. Right. I can make 3 or 4 more tax returns. Do that. Yeah, and that's 3 tax returns, 30-some more customers a year. I can handle it. Done. Okay, cool. I was able to do that. Now again, your assessment with that may not be that simple. Right. But those kind of things do have to come to your mind. Because again, somebody, like I said, that healthcare is real. Healthcare and all that kind of stuff, and you sitting there and left it, and now you can't do it, you trying to do that. Now we got a marketplace plan, all this kind of stuff, and it's not balancing out. You can't get certain things, you need to get your prescription and all that kind of stuff, it ain't hidden. Man, you put a lot of stress on yourself and potentially your family by not trying to do that. And then you just say you get in them positions where now you got to go borrow from this person. And when you borrow from people, we love our family and friends, but we got to take what come along with borrowing? Listen to damn opinions. Right. And now everybody, man, why you left your damn job? You couldn't afford to get no medicine. Why am I paying your this, that, and that?
All this last month.
Yeah, and we got to be, and this stuff happens.
Right.
Right? And folks that love you, care about you, but they ain't obligated to help you.
Right.
And that's the thing. I think a lot of times people gotta understand that money aspect. We really got to do it. Don't get that windfall of money coming in. You confused with sustainability. Right. It is what it is. Right. Cause like I said again, man, and I ain't trying to put no salt on the wound. I think we do a census on how many people actually did something with that disaster money to actually grow and do something. I think you probably be shocked.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And we're not just talking about individuals. We're talking about businesses and themselves.
Absolutely. I ain't talking about damn people picking. You got certain things were going. Some businesses had twofold. And I just think people don't want to do that, again, that personal self-assessment. Like, hey, man, can I even handle this stuff? Right. Right? And rolling to that part, we're going to go to the last one. Again, what we just went over, number 4, was finances. We're talking about 5 things you need to assess about yourself in regards if you want to be an entrepreneur, you want the freedom of an entrepreneur, but the security of an employee. 5 things I gave you. The first one was foresight, second being patient, third being discipline, fourth was finances, and the last one is, guys, and I think this is super, super important, and this is what separate, I don't want to say the men from the boys, but really how it goes, and that's your risk tolerance. How long can you go before you quit? Right. And even with how long you can go before you quit, do you know when to walk the plank? Right. Laugh at me all the time when I had that studio downtown. Right. I had that studio downtown by Turner Field. Shit. You want, hey, bro, yeah, man, shit. Like I'll tell you, it was just like I put a pile of money in the middle of the floor and set it on fire. Didn't know what the hell I was doing, man. I just gave some money away.
Right.
I had to. It wasn't a cigar lounge, it was like a weed lounge before they had weed lounges.
That's how
they were doing that, smoking weed. I walk in there, everybody just getting high.
Right.
I ain't paying no studio fees.
No music being made.
Oh, man. Ain't paying no studio fees or nothing.
Right.
And I was just so, one, embarrassed because I felt like a failure and everything and didn't know how to handle things. You know, I was just young in business and didn't know and everything. Like I said, shit, man, it's about 15 years ago. Just didn't know how to handle that kind of stuff and didn't what to know. But eventually I was able to jump ship and, you know, and luckily I got out before it stung me long term rather. But just, you know, what's your risk tolerance, you know? Do you understand what we talked about before, just that whole concept of delayed gratification? Putting in work now and to see everything come to fruition later on, you know?
Right.
Planting that seed and then seeing the tree grow. The concept is real, but how long can you wait for that tree to grow?
True.
Because if you got things, I got to make my money now, I got to do that, this is not drugs. And that's what happened a lot of times. I say this a lot, where you see guys in the street, I always say intelligence is intelligence. You got people that use their intelligence for different things. The biggest difference between people that be in business and a person that want that fast money flipping and stuff get them in trouble, they don't have the patience to do that. That whole thing, they can't wait for that. You know, they might take some chances, but that whole waiting, they can't do that. And you sitting there looking at your toddler, I ain't had this time. I can't wait. And what we talked about before, when you're younger, you feel like that shit, it take too long.
Right.
And when you get older, you feel like you ain't got enough time.
Right.
Regardless, you rush it, and you just understand, look, you got to be able to do this. And everybody ain't built. When I get into projects now, I understand, look, we doing this, and this ain't going to be able to happen till now. That might be a month, 6 months, a year. But I can sit there on the front end and look at that.
Right. A
lot of times folks like, man, what, 3, 4, 6 months? I can't do that.
Right. I can't wait that long.
That's how they work.
Right.
That's how this work. And they don't want to see that. Everybody want to get in the tax business. Everybody.
Right.
Hey, listen, and also the course is coming out. The Mr. Short Dollar Tax course be out in the next, probably 2 weeks.
Right.
Next 2 weeks, I had a course out where I'm going to get my whole in-depth analysis, share my whole system. And if you want to start your own tax business, I'll show you how to do it, share my system with you, give you all the ins and outs for you to be successful. This comes from somebody that's been 20 years in the game. But a lot of times people want to get into the tax business. They buy their software. They get their PTI in. Right. They get their EFIN. They get their cards, the logos, the LLC, you know, the usual.
Right.
And they get out there, and they ain't got no customers.
None.
They ain't got no damn customers. What you say? What they say? I don't like talking to folks. I don't like doing all that.
Right.
But shit, you like counting money?
You
don't like talking to folks?
Right.
Huh? And you ain't got nobody out there to like talking to folks for you? Come on now.
Right.
Well, they should support me. They did. They shared your post.
That's it.
You know they said they love you.
Everybody's support is different.
Exactly. And then when we talk about those great words, and I think a lot of times people don't necessarily want to be honest with themselves.
Right.
And just say, look, man, this is the big picture. This is where we at. This is where we want to be. And let ride everything till then.
Right.
That risk tolerance is so huge, and a lot of folks just don't understand where they breaking point at, where they stopping point at, or where the part you got to keep on pushing because the finish line a little bit down the road.
Right.
You have to do these assessment, guys, to just say to yourself, where am I at? What does it take to be successful? What does it take to do this? And if it don't fall in line with the way you are, you might want to just say, hey, no, I think this is better for me. And there ain't nothing wrong either way. Again, I gave you guys 5 things to look at to assess about yourself if you want to be an entrepreneur or if you want to be, stay working for somebody, be an employee. Those 5 things again were foresight. Number 2 was patient. 3rd, discipline. Number 4 was finance. And number 5, you having what your risk tolerance level is. Guys, look, I push entrepreneurship all the time. I love it. But I'm also a very, very big stickler on being realistic. Well, I tell you, look, man, keep your job. Keep your job. And what I always tell folks, the key thing to understand, and this is what I want to just share with people, the way you're going to know, and I got a video on this, just look for it, guys. The way you're going to know when it's time for you to leave your job is when you sitting there doing your little side thing and it's growing, it's going to push you out of your job. Mm-hmm. It's going to push you out of your job.
This is true.
It's going to push you out of it. Be your job becomes like a hindrance.
A hindrance to what
because everything is going.
Right.
I don't think people understand. I'm at a point in my life, I love doing what I'm doing. I was so amped up about coming to Misfits Radio. I love talking. I love helping. I love teaching. Ain't nobody love making money more than I do.
Right.
But the thing of it is, anybody knows me, I'm never out here chasing money. I bust my tail and I do what I do, and money is the residual of that. Mm-hmm. That's when you start seeing things come in. When money is your ultimate motivator, you're going to make money, but it's going to stop. Now you don't have retention. Now you don't have referrals. Mm-hmm. Because you did an old half-ass job in somebody's house, you got paid, but they ain't going to send nobody else to you. Because you just so money-driven. But when you love what you're doing, and you busting your tail doing things, the money and all this stuff don't come, but when you do it, I'm telling you, the residual of all that is money. We sitting there making these videos, doing this, man, me and Lab having a good time. I miss it. I miss being out here with my brother, chopping it up. You know, me, him, Slick, we sitting there doing this, going over the videos, doing all this kind of things. And what comes out of it, because you have your enthusiasm, you're helping people, is money.
It's money.
It's growth. From when we started all this with Misfits Radio, Misfits, now we at Misfits TV. Check out the Roku channel, Misfits TV on Roku. Guys, all this stuff come down from loving what you're doing, putting in work, and everything gonna fall into place.
Right.
But when you just, how much you gonna pay me? How much you gonna do this? Did it? You ain't gonna get shit. You will get a transaction, but it ain't gonna go so far.
Right.
Ain't gonna go so far. The thing of it is, when you sit there and just, your enthusiasm and your energy is gonna cause things to grow. They're gonna cause things to happen. And if you do that, I'm telling you, it's gonna fall into place. Wow, I got a greetings from Germany. Appreciate it. What's going on?
A lot of times in business, people like you were talking about earlier before we started, well, actually doing the show, when you were saying you were giving away, free time, tax service, and all that to build your business up. When you go in it for money, you don't think about those things in order to get your name out there. We was talking about this before the show. When we do these live streams and these shows and all that stuff, sure, I charge a fee for that, but I charge a fee based on us building together as a family to go forward. Everybody can do this. You get what I'm saying? But as me, as a person, I know my vision. I see more than this for all of us as a family within Absolutely. Misfits Media. So we price it so, of course, we got to pay for certain things. Internet, lights, all that stuff. The gear costs money.
Cost of business.
But we also price it so that whatever happens to you as a show, you're going to think about us, and it's going to happen to us as
Absolutely.
A show.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody does it. Everybody charges astronomical prices. But most people are not thinking about the growth and the appreciation that a person who sits down on this couch will have if they do take. You don't know what's going to take off.
Big picture.
Right.
Big picture.
So those things you have to put those things in perspective and say to yourself, can I take this loss now in order for a bigger reward later on? If
Absolutely.
all you think about is money, 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 you'll never see that prospect of having a bigger reward later. There's some things you just have to do in order for yourself and the business to grow that you may not want to do, but it's a part of certain things within the business.
Gotcha. Man, that's so important because, it's not to put, front on, but it's just real talk. Like I always tell my kids, good, and I know they say it because they hear it. And they say, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. We have people say, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. Mm-hmm. And I always said, my kids like, who the hell doing what the hell they want to do? Your daddy get up in the morning. If y'all follow me on social media, y'all see me every morning. I go to the gym, go drink, get my latte, go do my little work, whatever. I do what the hell I want to do.
Right.
Now, I work. But in order for you to get to a point in life where you're doing what the hell you want to do, you're going to do so much stuff that you don't want to do to get to that point. And I just don't think people understand that. Don't get it twisted. Your dreams, your aspirations, they are there for you to get. But do not try to avoid and be unrealistic of the sacrifices and the pain that you're going to give up to get to that point. To get to that point, you're going to pay some dues. You're going to have some losses, some embarrassments, but you're also going to get some encouragement. You're going to get some successes. You're going to get all kind of inspirations, and it's going to come. And everybody, like I said, you just got to be able to hang with
Right.
it. And if you do that, man, I'm telling you, you'll be super successful. So, again, I hope I helped everybody in regards to what we talked about. You want the security of the freedom of entrepreneur, the security of employee. All those 5 things where I talked about the foresight, the patience, the discipline, finance, and risk tolerance. You can look back at yourself and kind of measure where you at. Again, that's not to tell you what you should or shouldn't do, but it help you with giving some kind of thought to how you need to be thinking of moving in regards to going down that road of entrepreneurship. So again, tonight's show, I am Deonte Burden, aka Mr. Short Dog himself. I appreciate everybody tuning in to the show. So what I want to do right now is open up the floor. I'm going to scroll through everything. Lab, if you can check the other one, we're going to see if you got any questions outside of what we talked about, business development, business funding, grants, or whatever. The floor is open to you guys. So while Lab looking on the other one, see if I see anything, see everybody tune in. See old PJ came in, all my kids tuned in. I appreciate everybody tuning into the show. I love you guys so much. Right at 18,000 subscribers. Lord knows, boy, we done came a long way. Let's see, we got everybody in here. Oh, Lord. I don't want to booger nothing up. See everybody tuning in from TikTok. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Greetings for Germany. Hey, thanks, Christopher. I appreciate it. Man, that's awesome.
Right.
Yeah, from Bankhead to Germany. Hey, I was in Bamberg, Germany back in 96, 97. Sprechen Sie Deutsch.
That was when you never mind.
Lab, don't do it, Lab.
Never mind. I'm going to skip over that. That has
Don't
nothing
do
to
it,
do
Lab.
with business.
Lord, boy, I tell you, Lord. Lab, boy. Lab ain't that guy no more. I was a kid.
Right.
I was a kid.
Let me throw
Bamberg.
something back in here while we waiting on some questions to come in. If like you said, if you guys have any questions about business, financing, grants, any of that stuff,
Please tune in.
Please.
Fill them in now.
fill them in now. He's more than welcome to answer them. I'm going to ask them for you. So just let me know. But when we went on the finance, I wanted to hit on a point of finance for an entrepreneur, and it goes to, you have to have finance. You have to have discipline in finance.
Absolutely.
You start making money and you start seeing the money come in, but you also have to know to yourself, well, this money needs to go back into the business to grow it further. I don't think some people get it, but I don't think the majority gets it, because they start seeing that money go in, and you see the Mercedes pulling up to the building, to the store, to the shop. You see the Range Rovers pulling up, the Gucci bags coming out the car, and true enough, you want to have nice things because you are working hard to get these things.
Yeah.
But sometimes you have to have the discipline to know that you have to forego that delay. You have to forego that gratification, but delayed gratification.
Absolutely.
You have to delay that gratification later on, because you're trying to get more than just a few bags or a few cars. You're trying to have generational wealth, or you're trying to build that business up to where it can sustain not just you, but your kids, your grandkids, and your kids after that. So people have to realize that most of the time, and I don't know if you can give them a time frame, and this I guess it's based off the business that you have and how quickly you start making money. But most people, year 2, 3 years within the business, all the money that you make from the business may need to go back into the business.
It's kind of like what the brother Marquise Gore put in. You got everything wrote down. You have your plan. I always tell people, plan is everything. And so if you got everything wrote down as far as how you gonna have, your costs and your money and stuff going in, you'll be okay. The thing of it is that we have what we call, we have our expenses. We have ones that have to go out, then we got allocated expenses. If you know you only gonna make money over a certain period of time, just like I give myself for the tax business, if we're gonna be generating money over a certain period, say 5 months out of the year, I still got 7 more months I gotta pay the rent for the office, right? I still got so much out of the year I got to do that. So those expenses still allocated. So in actuality, the money that I have in the bank, some of that still has to go towards my allocated expenses that's going to come in the future.
Right.
That's where discipline comes in. you stay disciplined because when you got it wrote down and you see it in your face, excuse me, it's always gonna be there. Mm-hmm. I know I gotta still take care of that.
Right.
Sometimes people do it. What I say is a situational amnesia. Oh, I forgot about that. You know, right. You had to write this shit down.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's one of the key things. They always push us in the Army, like write it down. Everybody got a pad and a pen, write it down. Because at the end of the day, there's no excuse for ignorance.
Right.
You forgot. You didn't know. Nobody give a damn about that.
Right.
It still does not. The issue still the issue. The issue is still there.
Mm-hmm.
So plan. And if you sit there and understand that those things gonna be allocated and they still gotta happen, you'll have that stuff set to the side. But when you try to forget on purpose
mm-hmm.
and try like you ain't gotta deal with it, it ain't gonna happen.
Right.
Those kind of things. People put so much stuff off amnesia. Jesus is gonna make a way for it and all that kind of stuff. Jesus told you write it down.
Right.
You remember that part of the scripture. You remember that part of the scripture. Write it down.
Right.
You have full accountability of you.
Mm-hmm.
What you don't know is what you don't know. Mm-hmm. Go get some counseling. Go get some consulting.
Right.
Meet your lawyer. Meet your accountant. Go do that. The stuff you say you can't afford to do, gonna put you in a situation where your ass really can't afford to do nothing.
Right.
So if you're in a situation where you made 5, and after you took care of everything, you left with 2 or 3, or 1, 2, or 3, be cool with that. Mm-hmm. As you learn, you can decrease those 3, and now you can bring more money home. Mm-hmm. But you learn in your system. But take care of your business first.
Right.
Take care of your business first, man. That's an awesome point, Larry, because a lot of times people avoid that.
Right.
I ain't got no questions coming in on
I guess they only want to ask questions. They only want to see the videos. They don't want to ask you no questions.
Nothing on the Facebook, anything. Well, look, everybody, understand that in the description section of the video, I know on Facebook, TikTok, and everything, you can book an appointment if you got any questions and stuff. Leave comments on the videos and stuff like that. But I just want to tell you guys again, I appreciate it. I love you guys for all the love and support. Glad to be back in the lab, man. Back with my Misfits Misfits TV family. Man, it's been an awesome show tonight, man. It's been an awesome show tonight. Show. Yeah, man, because, I would tell Lab, me and him got a good chemistry. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope you guys got a lot of great information. Again, from the bottom of my heart, I love you guys. Be safe. Keep tuning in to Mr. Short Dollar. Share the videos. Share the information. Make sure you tell people to subscribe to you. Be safe, and I'll talk with you soon. Take care.